Hey, what's going on, everybody? Matthew from Fiber Optics Productions on YouTube. In this video, I'm doing video demo number 3 on the Social Engineering Toolkit. So this is using the Social Engineering Toolkit video demo number 3. In this video, I will be going over using a custom executable file, which is option 15. So to get started, you're going to need BackTrack 5. You're going to need port forward port 80 to your wireless router. If you're behind one, of course. You might need like a short URL or some type of URL that you can cover up your IP address with, so that you know, you don't look too suspicious, because not many people will go to a IP address, of course. All right, so of course the victim's going to need to have Java installed in their browser. This is the main thing. If Java is not installed in their browser, then this is not going to work at all. So just so you know, if they don't run the Java applet, then they're not going to download your custom executable, whichever it is, whether it's a Trojan or a keylogger or whatever. They won't download it. Okay. And I'm not really sure if this is FUD, if the Java applet is undetectable or not. So there you go. But in this case, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to go on BackTrack 5. You'll need BackTrack 5 RC1, RC2, or RC3. And you want to go to Applications, and then BackTrack, and then Exploitation Tools, and then Social Engineering Tools, and then Social Engineering Toolkit, and then the set. Okay, so you'll have 7 options on the first menu. On the first menu, you want to press option 1 for social engineering attacks, so that's option 1, and then press enter. On the next menu, you'll have 11 options to pick from. In this case, we're going to pick option 2 for website attack vectors, and press enter. And then on the next menu, you'll have 9 options to pick from. In this case, we're going to use a Java applet attack method. Many of you guys that are aware of the so-called Java drive-by attacks, this is kind of like the same thing. Well, basically is the same thing, only with what do you call it, with Social Engineering Toolkit. So it's just more of a professional name to use rather than Java drive-by, you know. And the script kiddies, I guess you could say, use Java drive-by, but the professionals, so-called professionals, call it the Java applet attack method. So we're going to go with option 1. And then in the next menu, we'll have 3 options to pick from. We're going to pick option 2 for the site cloner. So press 2 and then enter. And if you didn't watch video number 2 on the using the Social Engineering Toolkit, you might want to go watch that. I already explained port forwarding in that. In this case, I'm going to be using a outside the network attack, so people outside the network can connect back to me using whenever I send my link to somebody. Whenever they go to the link, it'll connect back to me because I'm behind a router, so I need to port forward, and I am going to be port forwarding. So in this case, I will be using yes. If you're doing this over the LAN, it's basically no, because you're not going to need to port forward. So if you're doing this same thing over the LAN and you're just attacking people over the network, the local area network, then you won't need to port forward. So in this case I am, and then if you are port forwarding, you'll need to put in the IP addresses. Of course, if you're doing this over the network, you'll need to put in the LAN IP addresses you're connected to. In this case, I'm connecting, I'm going to give my real IP address, my IP that I get from whatismyip.com. So put that in. And it's asking, the next thing it's asking is the payload handler for Metasploit different? Is it on a different IP from the external port forwarded address? And I believe this is no. I might be wrong on this one, but I believe it's no. So we're going to use a website to clone now, which is what it's asking us. It's asking us for a website to clone. So I'm going to clone this girl's Tumblr account. because hopefully people are dumb enough. When you use social engineering, I don't like to say they're dumb, but when you use social engineering, it's more along the line of gaining trust from your victim to go to a link that you give them, or giving you information that they wouldn't necessarily give anybody else. But when you gain their trust, then they're likely to pretty much trust you, and then when they trust you, they end up getting hacked. So we're going to clone the website, and it's going to create all the good stuff. It's just going to clone the website, and then it's asking us what payload we're going to use. In this case, I in video demo number 2 on the social engineering toolkit, I discussed using the Windows reverse TCP interpreter. In this case, we're actually going to be using import your own executable, which is option 15. So we're going to put in 15 if you're going to be using your own executable. And it's asking us for the path. Now, here's the thing: if you're using an exe, you can't. I don't really think you can make exes on Linux, but if you know how to, then you're good to go. But if you're going to have a custom exe like a Trojan from Windows, then you want to put it on a USB stick, and then transfer it over. Just plug the USB stick into your Windows or your Linux machine, and then just drag and drop the executable file into Places, and then the home folder. So open up the Places folder, and then click the home folder, and then put your exe in here. And as you can see, this is the exe that I'm going to have downloaded right here. So, yep. So it's going to ask you for the path, and hopefully if you're going to do it like I did, and you're going to put it in the home folder, it'll be /root, and then / the executable's name. In this case, my executable's name is blanky.exe. And then press enter, and you should then, the social engineering toolkit should have added the information, so that's going to download your custom exe. So it should have set up a web server for you. That's what it should be saying now. The web server is listening. Whatever you do, don't press Control-C or close the terminal, because it's running the web server right now. If you close it, then you won't have a web server running. So until your victim connects, you can't close the web server. Don't close the terminal. All right. So on the victim's machine, going to have the victim here. We're using an email phishing attack, again, like I did in video demo number 1. Video demo number 2, sorry. So we're going to go to the link here, and as you can see, it says, hey, I spelled that wrong, hey, out my website, bro. I should have said, hey, check out my website. But anyways, bad grammar, my bad. I didn't realize that till now. But anyways, we'll just assume that I meant, hey, check out my website, bro. And then, of course, you'd be like, oh, cool, he's got a website. All right, I want to check this out. So, the victim goes to the website, and then, like, that's cool. And then, they're checking it out and stuff. On Internet Explorer, they actually get a different dialog. I'll see if I can get the dialog. I don't know if I have Java installed in Internet Explorer or not. I only installed it for Google Chrome. Don't know if it's installed or not, so I'm just gonna close this. It doesn't even look like I can close it now. But anyways, so hopefully if they notice this little Java needs to run, needs your permission to run, hopefully they'll notice this thing. If they do notice, the victim does notice this little run this time thing, then they'll run it, and then they'll get a little dialog box pop up, of course. That should pop up a message here. Should pop up a message. I don't know why it's not popping up a message. My Java, I think, is messed up on my computer. See if I can get this to work. Or just my internet is slow. One of the two. Okay, so I had to work out a few problems. Hopefully it's all working now. So we should be good to go. As you see, we get the Java Now, of course, like I said, the victim will need to run the Java applet. So when they run this, they should get a dialog pop-up window, as you can see here. This is a dialog that they'll get. They have to accept this, and once they do, it should download my executable, and there's my executable. So that's the executable file that I had it download. So that's pretty much how you do it, and how you use a custom executable file to on the social engineering toolkit. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the description below. If you have any video ideas for me to do, let me know. I'll do my best to do a video on it. Be sure to check out my my websites in the description below, and be sure to like this or dislike this video. Either one is good. You know, shows that you know I need to work on stuff, or some things need to be changed. And if you got some suggestions or anything, feel free to let me know. You got any you know, tips for me? What do you think I did wrong? What I should do? What I shouldn't do? Feel free to let me know. I'm always up to suggestions and stuff, you know. So, you know, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos on YouTube, and if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, because I'll do my best to release videos once in a while when I think of some video ideas. Anyways, this has been Matthew from Fiber Optics Productions, presenting you with using the social engineering toolkit with a custom executable using a cloned website using the Java applet attack method. Thanks for watching.